You're a teacher, you're a parent, you're a microschool founder, and everyone feels at some point the pressure of parents' expectations. When you're building something new, can definitely feel like you're suddenly responsible for everyone's happiness. The parents who's trusted you, the students who need you, the staff that you're leading, and even your own children a part of the mix as well. That's a lot to carry on your shoulders, especially if you've never done it before and you are just now tipping into this, or maybe you're a couple of years in and you're starting to notice that there have been some kinks in the system and we need to straighten things out. If you're feeling any way pressured, or just wondering, how do you actually deal with people's opinions as you're building your microschool or your homeschool hybrid? I want you to know you are not alone and you're not crazy for feeling the weight of it. So let's get into the practical, tactical ways that we handle parent, staff, and self-pressure. Hey friends, I want to take a quick moment to tell you about something that has been an absolute game changer for hundreds of microschool and homeschool hybrid founders. Our Teacher Let Your Light Shine online store, a place for founders' favorites. Inside you'll find our beloved bestsellers like the Business Bundle, packed with everything you need to launch and run your school, contracts, enrollment forms, parent partnership letters, and marketing materials that save you hours of stress. Teachers and parents just like you are saying these tools gave them clarity, confidence, and a clear path forward when starting their schools. Whether you're brand new or you're ready to grow, our resources are designed to help you skip the overwhelm and focus on what really matters most, like our Open House Playbook, our financial review preparation sheet, templates for Facebook and email marketing, how to create the perfect planning day guide, finding curriculum clarity workbook, our new course, Microschool Marketing Blueprint, all the information for legal clarity for beginners, and, of course, the yearly membership to Microschool Masterminds. Head over to teachersletyourlightshine.com/shop. Again, teachersletyourlightshine.com/shop. Skip the overwhelm and focus on what matters most: your students, your mission, and your vision. teachersletyourlightshine.com/shop. Go there today and grab tools that will help you shine. I remember when I started our microschool in our living room and parents would ask questions about curriculum, communication, or how their child was doing socially, academically, and I would immediately feel this internal panic. Am I doing enough? Am I giving them what they expected? Are they mad at me? Are they disappointed? Are they questioning me because they're really not sure? And it wasn't just the parents. Now you can even find yourself as your leading staff, as people are asking questions. They're looking to you for leadership, the kids who need you every day. Why are we doing this? What are we supposed to be doing? My mom said this. My dad was wondering this. And maybe your own children who are putting the pressure on you. I definitely carried this unspoken belief that if anyone was unhappy, it meant I was failing. Early on in our microschool building, I took the Enneagram test and my personality fell at a 7, which was the person who always wanted to make things fun, and something that I still know is a part of my personality through other assessments that I've taken is I like to inspire people. I'm talkative. I'm very driven by helping people through stories and through visions that God has given me. And I desire to make people feel good, to make people feel warm, to make people feel welcome, to make people feel seen, heard, valued, appreciated, and to take people who are struggling and to inspire them to something greater. I've done this through the Enneagram test and the DISC assessment that we also did with our staff. I found out a lot about my personality and the things about myself that I struggle with. I've come to learn it's just a part of who I am. So if people are feeling bored, even students in my class, if they were feeling, if I could notice that they weren't totally engaged, I would take such responsibility because the I in me, the inspirational person in me through the DISC assessment says, I need to make people feel inspired and engaged and ready to learn. That's just a part of who I am. Can you relate? Maybe that's not a part of your personality, but regardless if it is or not, you have felt the pressure, especially whenever you are bringing kids into your learning environment and they are are the ones who are helping the vision to stay alive. And it can be a trap. It's confusing people's momentary discomfort when they start asking you questions or they seem unhappy about something and your worth as a leader. So again, it's a trap. You start getting confused between people's momentary discomfort or someone else's momentary confusion that they're asking clarity on, and you begin to translate that to your worth as a leader or a parent. I've learned a lot through wisdom and the 6 years of experience in teaching and leadership in public school and outside of it. What I have learned is that boundaries really matter. I've talked about this before. I read the book Boundaries, and it helped me years ago before I even started a micro school, something that I dug into a little bit more as the school year was going, as the first couple of years of our micro school, that we are not responsible for every emotion that a parent has or for your own children. And I still struggle with this, especially with my own children. If they are struggling emotionally, I feel responsible. I carry with me from being a little girl and watching dysregulation in my own family, which comes in every family. So no shame to my parents, but any of their dysregulation for me as a child, as my parents were going through a divorce when I was in 3rd grade, I remember feeling so much shame and pressure to make my dad happy when I was at his house because I knew he was sad, and to make my mom happy when I was at her house because I knew that she was sad, and to make my stepdad feel welcomed because I knew that he was treading a new uncharted territory, and my stepmom because she was doing the same. And I always carried this weight and responsibility to keep the water steady, make everybody happy, don't rock the boat. And I carry that with me into my own parenthood and into my classroom, of course, into our micro school. But I've learned that I am not responsible for the emotions and the attitudes of other people. What I am responsible for is building systems that create clarity and consistency. I also have learned that communication matters. To be more proactive and transparent means that we feel less pressure to react to the parents' worries. To all my teacher friends, parents, and visionary leaders, if you are listening to this, I know you are passionate about creating a micro school or a program, a homeschool hybrid that truly shines. But let's be totally honest. Building and growing a micro school or your own program or homeschool hybrid, it isn't easy. It's not for the faint of heart. Whether you're just getting started or looking to scale, there's so much to navigate. Legalities, marketing, finances, student enrollment, location, curriculum planning. That's exactly why I created Microschool Masterminds, a community where you don't have to figure it out all alone. Inside, you'll get step-by-step guidance to launch, grow, and sustain your microschool or homeschool hybrid, access to our exclusive training modules, resources, and live coaching, and a supportive network of educators who get it because they're building their own dream schools as well. You have this dream of creating an incredible opportunity for students, for teachers, and yourself. Maybe you're in the early stages, wondering, where do I even start? Or maybe you've already taken the leap, but now you're feeling overwhelmed with marketing, enrollment, all of the planning or the finances. You're not alone, and you don't have to figure it out all by yourself. That's why Microschool Masterminds is here to help you on a month-by-month basis. That's right, it's a month-by-month membership designed to give you the support, structure, and strategy you need to actually make progress. Each month, you'll get live group coaching calls so you can ask questions, get feedback, and gain clarity on your next steps. Step-by-step training modules on legal setup, marketing, enrollment, financial planning, school operations, a private community of passionate educators who get what you're building and are right there with you, a roadmap to keep you moving forward whether you're launching or growing your school, and new resources delivered to your teacher mailbox inside our Microschool Masterminds community that are brand new every single month. And again, the best part is it's a month-to-month membership, so you can join when you're ready and staying as long as you need. Or if you're all in, grab the yearly membership and get 2 months free. This is your time. Your vision deserves a real plan. and I want to help you every step of the way. Go to teachersletyourlightshine.com/masterminds to join us today. That's teachersletyourlightshine.com/masterminds. We can't wait to see you. And I've also learned that confidence does grow with time. You're not just going to wake up on day one and feel confident, not even after year one or year two or year three. You build it by being consistent, learning from your mistakes, and leaning on a community of people who've walked this path. Let me reiterate, leaning on a community of people who have walked this path. When we first started our micro school, I didn't know of anybody else who had ever had a micro school except for this lady who did it in the 1980s. She didn't even know it was called a micro school. And I thought, if she can do it in the 80s, we can totally do it now. That's why, through my own pain of trying to figure things out and to set boundaries and to get confidence and to communicate and to find other people who would want to go on this journey with me, that's when the podcast came. That's when the Facebook group came, the Teacher Let Your Light Shine Micro School community. And from that has birthed a whole plethora of resources to help you. Again, you can go to teachersletyourlightshine.com/shop. You can see all of our resources, which then turned into a course that we made with Microschool Marketing Blueprint, where you can walk through the course alongside me through videos and through all of the downloadable printables and templates. And of course, our Microschool Masterminds community, people who are legitimately walking this out, and we're learning and we're growing together. This has been the ultimate confidence maker. I could not do it alone. I don't want to do it alone. We shouldn't do it alone. And of course, through prayer and petition, that's for sure. So one of the biggest reliefs that I found is that there's this beautiful truth that we don't have to figure this out alone. And when you have a community that reminds you that you're not crazy for doing this, and this is people outside of the people that you serve, like in our microschool marketing, in our microschool masterminds, in our Teacher Let Your Light Shine community, when you go to the Vela conferences, when you go to any other conferences, when you are working with people who are doing what you're doing, it matters and it changes your life. When you have people inside of your school that work for you or work with you, or teachers, meaning teachers or assistants, and even your parents, you need people around you that will breathe life into you. We've had some really hard times in our micro school trying to find a location, going through many changes, staff changes. And if it wasn't for the core people who've stayed with us since the beginning, or the people that have come over the past couple of years and have just found so much hope in Lighthouse Learning, I could have easily given up. So community really does matter. And that's actually something that I feel is the greatest piece of leverage that we can utilize in our micro schools. And one of the biggest ways to relieve any type of parent pressure is to set clear expectations from the very beginning, even before they enroll. And I believe that that is when you have a stellar enrollment process and open house. These solid systems really do change everything. If you wonder, like, how do I communicate who we are, what we do? How do I set parents up for success from day one? You have to have a system for this. And a lot of times you don't have a system because you're just trying to figure it out as you go. But documenting everything that you do from the beginning is very important. And you do this just by carrying around a notebook, and you write down, okay, when we set up our open house, what did we do? And if you are struggling with having open houses, maybe you feel the pressure, maybe you are confused, you don't know what resources to have, you're overwhelmed by what this could look like, how many people you need, I definitely recommend that you head on over and check out our Open House Playbook. It's a downloadable resource guide, plus you've got video tutorials. It's super quick. It's less than an hour. Plug and play. You are able to get some really great insight and ideas. The Open House Playbook is going to walk you through step by step how to host an open house that not only excites families, but it also communicates your boundaries, your vision, your expectations. It's so important that you are having a system in place. And this doesn't even have to be like this big open house where 10, 20, 50, 100 people show up. The Open House Playbook is literally for you to even give a one-on-one tour. Now, I'm utilizing the Open House Playbook after doing this for 6 years, not only for one-on-one tours and giving this to the person who's now doing the one-on-one tours for me, giving it to my team, the Open House Playbook, so they can help set up the open house instead of me having to do it alone. Now I even utilize it for what we have this week coming up, which is Parent Night, which is just for the families who are enrolled this year. It's literally like setting up another open house, only with some different modalities. But I still need to remember how the layout needs to look, how many resources we have, what tablecloths we need, what information information is going to be posted, what information is going to be presented, what information is going to be printed, who says what, who are our students, who are the ambassadors, who are the leaders, who's going to speak, who's going to tour, who's going to watch the kids, what activities we're going to have, are we going to have food, all of that information. I do not want to do this over and over and over every single time we either have a parent night or a tour or an open house. So you better believe every resource that I've ever created has been used by me. So check it out. You can go to teachersletyourlightshine.com/shop, grab your open house playbook. When you have systems in place, you feel more clear, you feel more organized. And when you have more clarity, you have more confidence where you can alleviate the parent pressure because you are communicating with clarity and with confidence. Another really powerful way to alleviate parent pressure is to have very clear onboarding systems. Now, this really does come in handy with the business bundle. This is our beloved bestseller for many, many years, the business bundle. It includes our welcome packet. It includes the policies for communication, curriculum overview, homework expectations, how your enrichment days work, how your academic days work. It helps parents feel informed so that you feel less reactive. And it always guides people back to in the introductory packet, in the welcome packet, on the onboarding system, in our parent handbook and contract, you have a document that really showcases this is what you signed up for. And having that introductory packet, your welcome packet during onboarding is very critical. Now, actually tonight we have our Microschool Masterminds meeting. That's group coaching. If you're a Microschool Mastermind, you can sign up by the month. You can sign up by the year. Head on in there. Join us tonight at 6:00 Eastern Standard Time. We go live. I will be group coaching. As soon as you get into Microschool Masterminds, it's a click of a button after you purchase at teachersletyourlightshine.com/masterminds. You get in, you get a code to get into our app. You can see all of our resources, download our templates, watch videos, whatever you want. It's on demand, self-serving, but we also do group coaching every month. And tonight is our night. In September, we're talking about not just setting up new systems, we're talking about resetting our systems. So this is one part of it. Another way to alleviate parent pressure is communication tools. And maybe this is something that you can refine, or maybe you're noticing needs some help. We actually go through tonight in Microschool Masterminds reflective questions to help us to determine, are we over communicating, under communicating? Do people even understand our communication tools? Do you have a system for teaching parents or showcasing what their children has learned this week? What's coming up next week? Do you have a way of emailing, recapping, highlighting? This really does help parents to stop worrying or filling in the blanks themselves because they already know what's happening and it's not invisible. I highly also recommend that you involve parents in community roles. This is year 6, and in July, I had one of the greatest group coaching calls with our teachers in Microschool Masterminds, and it was all about building community. We started this too late in our micro school, by the way. Every year we got more and more volunteers, but we weren't building a committee or coordinators. And we've piloted a PAC committee, Parent Advisory Committee, in year 5. Now in year 6, we are refining it, and it is amazing. Amazing. No more me planning the farmer's market, the music concerts, the Friendsgiving, the fundraisers, the field trips. Our parents come together. We have community connectors, we have community coordinators, and underneath that, we have volunteers. So I'm excited to be sharing our flow chart for that tonight in Microschool Masterminds. Creating volunteer opportunities, creating committees, creating helpers. They help run the school. They help to organize so many things outside of the day-to-day logistics that take off such a huge burden. And it really does build such an amazing positive community momentum and a culture of celebration. Parents begin shifting from being critics to collaborators because they feel invested rather than just expectant. And that's what happens when you involve parents in your community roles. I also want to give just a very important logistical component here, and that is to establish when and how you respond to parent messages. So you could say email sent after 5 p.m. will be answered the next morning, or all communication flows through our platform called Playground. This really helps to set expectations so that you're not constantly on call. And side note, I definitely recommend that you get a business line on your cell phone if you do not have a landline. Any way that you can check in without any type of chaos. So instead of waiting for complaints, scheduling short parent-teacher conferences, or any type of like on the spot, let me pull a report, give the dates and the times. And yes, this means thinking ahead. I just had to do this yesterday because we were having parent night, and one of our teachers said, if they start asking us questions about their student, can we go ahead and give them a parent conference sign-up sheet? And I was like, oh my gosh, absolutely. But a part of me was like, I'm panicking. That's happening in November, and I've got to go ahead and get these dates set up in Sign Up Genius, which, by the way, something I'm learning. I didn't even have to do that. I gave it to our community liaison. She created the Sign Up Genius for all the weeks in November. So we've already got the time scheduled out for parent-teacher conferences. And we also let our parents know that on October 1st, they will receive a growth report, which is their children's latest printed assessment, as well as kind of like anecdotal notes from the teacher from the start of the school year until October 1st. That really kind of quenches their thirst for knowing where their child is so that they're not blindsided come November. And it's not giving grades, not a progress report. It's just a little quick check. This helps parents see that they have a dedicated time so they don't ambush without worries and things that are just kind of here, there in the car rider line, if you know what I mean. I would say one last thing that you could do to help parents with any pressure or any questions is to have a student showcase. You could host a showcase, an exhibition, or a simple class walkthrough, having a curriculum night, student-led conference, a parent night, where kids get to present what they've learned. This helps parents see growth for themselves, which builds trust and decreases that daily pressure on you. And I want you to know that reassuring parents that bumps in the road are a part of learning is okay, and it's important. It's normal for students to need 6 to 8 weeks to adjust to new routines, that we're watching closely and we are supporting them. This allows parents to see that you have an end game, so to speak, or you have a process so they don't panic at the first sign of any discomfort. I do believe that processes help eliminate panic. If you are feeling the weight of parent pressure right now, know this: you are not failing, you are leading. Leadership is a huge responsibility and role, and it's an opportunity and it's a blessing. Boundaries, communication, confidence, they will grow as you keep showing up, and you do not have to do it alone. If you want real support and systems with ease to help you with parent expectations, definitely go grab the Open House Playbook or the Business Bundle. You can grab those at teachersletyourlightshine.com/shop, or join us in Microschool Masterminds, especially right now tonight, where you will find community, encouragement, and tools. They're going to help you shine as a leader. And if you miss it, maybe you got to this podcast late, don't worry, you can still hop in Microschool Masterminds, get the replay. You just will miss being able to answer your questions live, but you can always ask the questions in our school community, which is where we host Microschool Masterminds. That way you don't have to carry this by yourself. You've got this, and we've got you. Go to teachersletyourlightshine.com/shop, whether it is to get your resources or to join us in Microschool Masterminds. We love you, and we are waiting for you. Hey friends, I want to take a quick moment to tell you about something that has been an absolute game changer for hundreds of microschool and homeschool hybrid founders. Our Teacher Let Your Light Shine online store, a place for founders' favorites. Inside you'll find our beloved bestsellers like the Business Bundle, packed with everything you need to launch and run your school. Contracts, enrollment forms, parent partnership letters, and marketing materials that save you hours of stress. Teachers and parents just like you are saying these tools gave them clarity, confidence, and a clear path forward when starting their schools. Whether you're brand new or you're ready to grow, our resources are designed to help you skip the overwhelm and focus on what really matters most, like our Open House Playbook, our financial review preparation sheet, templates for Facebook and email marketing, how to create the perfect planning day guide, finding curriculum clarity workbook, our new course, Microschool Marketing Blueprint, document all the information for legal clarity for beginners, and, of course, the yearly membership to Microschool Masterminds. Head over to teachersletyourlightshine.com/shop. Again, teachersletyourlightshine.com/shop. Skip the overwhelm and focus on what matters most: your students, your mission, and your vision. teachersletyourlightshine.com/shop. Go there today and grab tools that will help you shine.